Hello children, I hope you're all well. Today I'm going to read you the story of The Witches by Roald Dahl. Notes about witches. In fairy tales, witches always wear silly black hats and black cloaks and they ride on broomsticks. But this is not a fairy tale, this is about real witches. The most important thing you should know about real witches is this. Listen carefully, never forget what comes next. Real witches dress in ordinary clothes and look very much like ordinary women. They live in ordinary houses and they work in ordinary jobs. That's why they're so hard to catch. A real witch hates children with a red-hot sizzling hatred that is more sizzling and red-hot than any hatred you could possibly imagine. A real witch spends her time plotting to get rid of children in her particular territory. Her passion is to do away with them one by one. It is all she thinks about the whole day long. Even if she's working as a cashier in a supermarket or typing letters for a businessman or driving around in a fancy car, and she could well be doing any of those. Her mind will be plotting and scheming and churning and burning and whizzing and fizzing with murderous, bloodthirsty thoughts. Which child, she says to herself all day long, exactly which child shall I choose for my next squelching? A real witch gets the same pleasure from squelching a child as you get from eating a plate full of strawberries and thick cream, and she reckons on doing away with at least one child per week. Anything less than that, she becomes grumpy. One child a week is 52 a year. Squish them, struggle them and make them disappear. That's the motto of all of the witches. Very carefully a victim is chosen, and then the witch stalks the wretched child like a hunter stalking a little bird in a forest. She treads softly. She moves quietly. She gets closer and closer. Then at last, when everything is ready, psh, she swoops, sparks fly, flames leap, oil boils, rats howl, skin shrivels, and the child disappears. A witch, you must understand, does not knock children on the head or stick knives into them or shoot them with a pistol. People who do those things always get caught by the police. A witch never gets caught. Don't forget that she has magic in her fingers and devilry dancing in her blood. She can make stones jump about like frogs, and she can make tongues of flame go flicking across the surface water. These magic powers are very frightening. Luckily, there are not a great number of real witches in the world today, but there's still enough to make you nervous. In England, there's probably about 100 altogether. Some countries have more, some not so many. No country in the world is completely free from witches. A witch is always a woman. I don't wish to speak badly about women. Most women are lovely, but the fact remains that all witches are women and there is no such thing as a male witch. As far as children are concerned, a real witch is easily the most dangerous of all living creatures on earth. What makes it doubly dangerous is she doesn't look dangerous. Even when you know all the secrets, and you will hear those in a minute, you can never be quite sure whether it's a witch you are gazing at or just a kind lady. If a tiger were to make itself look like a large dog with a waggy tail, you would probably go up and pat him on the head, and that would be the end of you. It's the same with witches. They all look like nice ladies. Kindly examine the picture below. Which lady is the witch and which is the normal lady? Impossible to tell. But it's one every child must know to the answer. For you, a witch might be living next door to you right now, or she might be the woman with the bright eyes who sat opposite you on the bus this morning. She might be the lady with the dazzling smile who offered you a sweet from a paper bag in the street before lunch. She might even, and this will make you jump, even be your lovely school teacher who at the moment is reading his words to you. Look carefully at your teacher. Perhaps she's smiling at the absurdity of the situation. Don't let that put you off. It is all part of her cleverness. I am not, of course, telling you 1 second your teacher is actually a witch. All I'm saying is she might be one, but unlikely. But, and here comes the big but, it's not impossible.